here it is, the Frejlord Noxus deck that I've been talking about on Twitter quite a bit. A lot of people were really interested in it. Very similar to a video I've done beforehand with the ASHE underrated, which I still believe she is underrated. I think she's very strong and definitely overlooked, but this is the updated list of that, which we have the Elnux and the Whirling Death as well. This deck has been really great for me. I got to go on a 7-0 streak with it yesterday or 2 days ago, and it does very well against SI decks, which is nice. It's very, very strong. Still has to play very well. Generally, I've had a pretty good win rate against the SI list, and it does pretty well against the elusives too. Usually you're really riding off the back off the challengers, such as the Rimfang, as well as the Glory Seeker. You mulligan really hard for those in the elusives matchup. The Harsh Winds is incredibly strong as well. I've just really loved playing this deck, and if you're against a control list, then you play the stats. You get Hearthguard as soon as you can, and you just start laying on the stats, and then you play a Susser to refill your hand and put in more stats. That's how you beat the Karma decks, for instance, and they just heal forever and just delay forever, and usually you finally kill them. I had one game go for 30 minutes. I had 6 cards left, and they had 11 cards left, and I was able just keep on piling on the damage with the Susser. Such a great card. Trifarian Susser. This card is, I feel like we'll see it more often, but it's just so strong. The fact that if you get Hearthguard going, it gives +1/1, so you get 5 attack. It does activate on itself as well, so if it's a 5 attack, you automatically get to draw a card, and then whatever other 5 attacks you have. It's really quite great. Whirling Death has been a huge upgrade to the deck as well. Just being able to I've been able to play around other people's Harsh Winds is something important. Play around their Harsh Winds and Brittle Steels and Mystic Shots and all that good stuff before playing the Whirling Death, and you should be pretty good to go. So during this deck, you're utilizing Ashe, and you're making her, being able to level her up, and then using the Crystal Arrow, using that to be able to make it so your opponent can't block, and that's usually when you do like your really big turn. You don't always level her up. I'd say maybe 10 to 15% of games you level Ashe up. It's really not that often, but it is often a win condition when you do that. You have to make sure to play around Deny if you are playing against an Ionia deck, as Deny is kind of going up in how much it's played recently because people just started spamming Harrowing decks with Hecarim, and people are now playing Deny, and it's just, like I said, a tug-of-war between Deny and not Deny. It could change by the day I release this video. Really, it goes everywhere. The important cards in this list, I would say, is obviously the Elnux. Elnux are just incredibly strong, stupidly strong. I can't wait for their nerf because they decide way too many games from pure RNG. I'm sure a lot of people are in that kind of feeling as well. It was fun at the beginning, and now let's go. Next one. After that, like, it's really hard to say if it's just like important cards. I would say also Trifarian Assessor. The card is insane. If you boost it with the Hearthguard to make it 5 attack, it does proc itself as well. It's really what you use to outgrind the control list. It has so much value that way, of when I can get a few 5 attacks and then play the Assessor, refill my hand, just keep on putting the pressure against them over and over. Use against Ezreal lists as well, and we get to actually see a Ezreal game. I play one in this, but overall, I feel like the deck, it's nothing like super stands out on it where it's like, oh, you have to have this card. There's not a huge build around card for the most part. Technically, Ashe is build around, but it's not like, you don't have to win with her. She helps for tempo for sure, but you don't have to have her to win. This deck really is about just out-tempoing your opponent, and I think these games give you a pretty good idea of how to play the list, and I hope that it really helps you out as well. So we'll go ahead and get on the game. Thank you so much for watching. I really enjoy playing it. It's a lot of fun. It feels very much like some other decks that I played in other games, so I appreciate that aspect. I love the mid-range playstyle as well. Hey look, it's an Ezreal deck. Wow, never would have guessed. This deck does not fare very well against Ezreal. It can definitely beat it, but it's like jamming your head into a wall over and over again, and just hoping that they run out of Harsh Winds, essentially. I think the win conditions sometimes, like Ashe, if you level her up for the Crystal Arrow, it can work sometimes. See, we don't... I think this should be fine. I have the Archer if they do something else too. It's like, eh. They're going to have interaction though. It's Ezreal. Yep. Thorough beam on that though is nice. I'm very happy with them doing that. So they have no Mystic Shot on hand. Like, there's no way that they do. So they probably have Icevale Archer. And... yeah, I'm not gonna take that. Answers to Ashe. Do this. Oh, Icevale. There's too many answers to Ashe for me to, like, be okay playing her there. Boom. Probably answer one of these two, but I should get damage in with one of them. Something. Okay. And then I can get this Hearthguard down. I was gonna say, are they gonna just give me the damage? I can just kill this. But they... Brittle Steel counters that, and I don't want them to get a 2-for-1, but I could use... No, they lose... They get too much from a Brittle Steel. That's too much of a tempo swing. That's like way too much of a tempo swing from there. Because either one they can Brittle Steel and just take away my damage. Nook. Thankfully they didn't get the big ones. Brittle Steel's still scary here. For all they know, I have Brittle Steel too, though. Ha ha ha, they don't know. They don't know that I also have a Brittle Steel. We could both have Harsh Winds here. I think this is still worth playing, and then we can Harsh Winds. We have Legion, so why wouldn't we? I'm not gonna use this because it just... I can't really tell you. It feels good getting this out. Oh man, it feels a lot less good getting that out now. They don't have... Okay. Do this then. Make them block with something. Can't Harsh Winds. Go for that. Yeah, maybe because of Static Shock I should have played the Rim Fang. Feels bad. So now the Rim Fang looks good here because when they attack we'll Harsh Winds. We don't have to, but it allows for a lot here. Could also use this, which trades in favorably. Trade. Yeah, I think this is better. Play the Challenger on my turn if I can. Have a Flash Freeze potential here. Probably won't be using that anytime soon. Yeah, we could though. This is great. So we're thinking about, do we want to use the Whirling, or like, Harsh Winds is kind of eh. I think they're going to combat this. Like, if they just take that, I think I'm okay with it. I think they're going to do something here to trick, though. So, because my board is, like, good enough, I'm allowing them to take this trade if they want. That should be, yeah, it's a pretty good trade for them. They're most likely, like I said, going to Harsh Winds here. And then we're going to Harsh Winds them back and make them sad about their lives. And on top of that, because this is the 4-1, we can just use the Whirling Death here and kill this off. Yeah, I can do both. So we do this, and we kill this one off. Because then that doesn't die. And on top of that, because that one's no longer attacking, we just Harsh Winds both of these. And they can't do anything about this because a Flash Freeze is 3 mana if they are even running it. Yeah, so that's a great trade for us. Our stuff doesn't even get damaged. They have to be really sad about that one. I would be very sad if I was in their shoes right now. What are they gonna do? That's fine, you can Mystic Shot that all day. It's still dying. Pass. So, Ashe is at 3 out of 5. Ooh, Trifarian Assessor, you know that. Oh, I adore you so much. I'm gonna use this. I like getting the Flash Freeze. It's at 4 health, really hard to deal with. Thermo Beam is a thing, but if they Thermo Beam it, it's like, okay, you do that, I don't really care. Assessor might be the play here, but I also like the idea of having the Flash Freeze for this. Well, the Elnuk isn't going to do anything because we're going to play Ashe. So if they play a second Elnuk, that's what I'm more worried about, I would say. Could always not attack too, but I would prefer to. If we decide not to attack, I will just play Trifarian and pass, because that is drawing 3 cards, and that's extremely good in this matchup. So that might change it up a little bit here. I mean, at the same time though, it's like, why would I not attack with this 5-2? The 5-2 is pretty good. Could also set the Trifarian Assessor up, but they could Harsh Winds here. And they most likely have Harsh Winds here. And because our Ashe is kind of out of... yeah, it's not doing much right now, we're just going to go for the draw, be able to try to outvalue them. Oh, I want to get this down quick too. So we'll see what they do. They pass, that means they're saving for Harsh Winds, and then we'll just pass right after and lose a lot of value. They did not. So this will not die to Brittle Steel. Won't get a free trade. So I think I'll just go for that. Tell them you can eat the trade if you want. Does take a little bit, but this goes in, but I'm okay with that. I'd like another Harsh Winds myself. Brittle Steel, great. Freaking Ezreal combos. So on this deck, you really don't want to go like below 16 health, is what I would say. Really, they can kill you from 22, especially when they have mushrooms in their hand. But like 16 seems to be just like this weird threshold that it feels really bad. So I try to avoid it if possible. You're at 7 out of 8. If it levels up, they get attack anyway. So we want to be able to save this Flash Freeze here, because we want to be able to use it on this Ezreal. So I think I'm just going to play this. Play Flash Freeze, and it's going to set up for a Crystal Arrow in the future, because we're going to use Brittle Steel and the Flash Freeze. And then hopefully we can use Crystal Arrow, and then we're going to just attack and just hopefully just push all the damage through in one turn. That is the idea here. The whole idea. And for some reason too, I've noticed that this bugs. It's just a voice. He's so talkative. Sounds dangerous. I'm in. Go for it. They're thinking about it. They don't have enough cards. They have to really progress day. I would progress day here, I would think. Even if you don't get to use it, I think progress day is pretty good for them. But then, I mean, I understand they don't get to level it up like they probably want to, but they can do that next turn. They're gonna need Harsh Winds, which I still think they have 1 Harsh Winds. Whoa. Okay, that's a... they're gonna be so sad. Oh man, you're gonna be a sad Ezreal player, aren't you? If they don't go for the attack here, that's fine. Just pass. They're gonna go for the attack, right? I mean, they just Harsh Winds me. That's a Shatter? Deal 4. Okay. Deal 4 to enemy unit that has 0 power. Frostbite it. Okay. Wait, they're running this? Watch this. She's living. She's gonna get frostbite, but she's alive. Oh, that is the play. That was it. In case you were wondering, that was it. Alright, 0 attack now. Good job. So, yeah, this is, I don't know what they're gonna do now. We're gonna load up a little bit here, probably get this, Rimping Wolf going. We have the Crystal Arrow, too. So, yeah, we want to make sure we get it onto, like, everything. They shouldn't have a way to kill a 7-5. If they do, good for them. I mean, they might Mystic Shot this. I mean, if they do, it's damage not going to my face, though. So, I'll play this first. Bum. Da-dum. I mean, I really don't care about the pull as much. If they can't block, they can't block. But they can Harsh Winds. Harsh Winds is, like, my enemy right now, really. But they don't, they have 3 cards in hand. I'm pretty sure one is, wait, they used that Harsh Winds earlier that we'd been talking about, so I don't think they even have the Harsh Winds. I think they're just going to die here. They could Harsh Winds, for sure, but I don't think it's happening. They can Harsh Winds my poor Ashe, but it doesn't matter as long as she's alive. Cool, you can do that. They get to draw a card, that's fine. Can Frostbite that other thing? How greedy. I think I just go for this now, because I can only play 1 creature. And this is... it's tough. It's really tough. That's probably Harsh Winds. I don't know what else they can do. We also have the Whirling Death, too. But they're not going to be able to block anyway, because I'm not going to let them. What are they going to do? Rope me? Probably. Yeah, I'm just gonna get roped for a little bit, huh? Okay. Nothing unexpected there. So we're going to go ahead. Frostbite. Alright, just read Frostbite enemy and then 3 or less health. Actually... yeah, because I mean Ashe just shoots the next one, but we want this one to 100% to be... we want that one 100% to be Frostbite, but... I mean, we can't pull it now, so maybe I shouldn't matter. Maybe it shouldn't matter that much. I should be doing this instead, because I want them to kill the Ezreal. That's probably a bit of a misplay. I was kind of forgetting about my rimping there for a second, but, you know, Ashe is going to take this out anyway. But they could play, like, they could have, like, a Chomp Womp or something that can block. But, so, that would be blocking this. That'd be, still we have too much damage. And now they could decide to play something, right? And, yeah. I mean, they could play a Chomp Womp. But they don't have enough for anything else. They're just dead here. Yay, they surrendered! They didn't just rope me! Okay, well, I really wanted to get that kill, but, you know, that's fine. That felt really good winning that, because that is a very hard matchup for Ashe Noxus, but I absolutely love playing the deck.